Steve Wilson. $200,000 on the line here at the PBA Peoria Open. $40,000 going to the winner. So the right-hander Steve Wilson opens up on the left lane.
Not exactly the straight he's looking for, but if you're gonna throw the ball in the gutter, the first frame is the time to do it. This ball just gets away from him. He gets a little too far to the right. Not a lot of friction in that part of the lane. The ball falls right in the channel.
Well, if there are some nerves and a little bit of rust, Steve's got to shake it off and shake it off quick, right?
Yeah, you know, like I said, first frame open, not so terrible. Better there than when you need one in the 10th frame.
Now the chief, Brian-Himmler.
That ball drifting high. Nice break, just leaving the 6-10. Brian will move cross lane, probably go to a ball that goes straighter. Nice straight line. 6 into the 10 shouldn't be a problem for Brian.
Talked to Brian last night after he did qualify for the TV show and asked him how he got rid of the rust. He played over in the Japan Cup, bowled there. Took about 3 weeks off and then tuned up with some more regional action. So a shaky start for both.
Yeah, well, we're all tied up by virtue of one gutter ball and one missed spare. Brian did do a lot of bowling when they were over in Japan, lots of exhibitions. Said he got himself in bowling shape. It's a long way to travel to get yourself in bowling shape.
And a rematch of two guys that we saw bowl earlier, huh?
This ball just has way too much friction, crosses over, leaving the 9-pin. Brian switches to a ball that goes much straighter. Brian gives it the old thumbs up. All right, a spare.
Finally a big smile.
Looks up at the booth and goes, all right.
Even a little bit of a grin from Steve, right?
Right. Oh.
Yeah, it's funny. You look at Steve Wilson there now, obviously one of the elite out here on the PBA. When he was in high school, he was a linebacker in football and a running back and a defensive back.
This ball here could have struck very easily, leaving the 7-pin. Steve Wilson cross lane.
What you asked him last night, whether the lane was flat or loopy, and he said it was kind of in between.
Yeah, he said it was really in between for him. He had to go a little bit straighter. But take a look at what Steve Wilson did, starting with a round of 32, beat Hall of Famer Mike Albee. A guy that I wouldn't want to go up against, Robert Smith. He took care of him 3-0, and then the great match last night against Brian-Himmler. Tell you, Jim, one of the hardest things to do is to try to play towards the edge of the channel when you have your knees knocking. Nice shot. Very nice shot.
He has applied the Rust-Oleum. The rust is off.
He can breathe now. Watch this ball, looking for the channel, keeps it just left. That's what we call the swish zone. Steve's like, all right. Now I can breathe.
First time he's had oxygen in 20 minutes.
Yeah. That's That's what Chief's looking for.
9 years on the PBA trail with 1 title.
Look at that determination in his face. High backswing, really loads up on it, playing the deep inside line.
In the round of 32, then to the round of 16. Lost out to Steve Wilson last night, but still made it in as the wild card.
That looks pretty good now. Maybe a little redemption coming Steve Wilson's way from Brian-Himmler. That ball is just dead flush. The ball takes out the 8 and the 9. And he likes it. That's not a leave you see every day.
Kind of an oh my beginning.
Yeah, the 2-6-10. That ball just got away from him. He didn't quite get his hand into it at release. Ball didn't have enough friction to get to the head pin. You got to get the ball over here to the left side of the 2 pin. Throw it into the 6-10. And the problem with going for that split is if you don't make it, you lose count. Instead of going for the 2 pins on the right and getting 9, he gets 8. And he was on a strike. Steve needs to regroup, take a deep breath. Made a good shot on this lane last time.
Down by 34. More like how he bowled when he accumulated his 3 PBA titles.
Lanes are very demanding. Steve Wilson playing the far outside line. This ball he did get his hand in. Hooks up nicely. The 6 takes care of the 10. That ball drifting a little high, leaving the 9 pin. Brian puts both hands up saying, okay, I'll take that.
A little bit like being on Monday Night Football for our 5 finalists here. Did he or did he not play golf today?
He did play golf today. But look at how high this shot is. Gets a great break, tripping the 4-7 out.
He bowls his best, the Chief does, when he's emotional. If he doesn't show any emotion, he doesn't bowl very well.
Yeah, when Brian's running him out and yelling and slapping his hands, that's when he's the most effective. And generally, when he's doing that, he's got a really good ball reaction. And when he has a good ball reaction, Brian-Himmler strikes a lot.
See the background. It's the new image of the PBA, a new format. The prize money's up, $40,000 to the winner, and we are live at the $200,000 PBA Peoria Open. Still to come, Paul Koehler, Brian Voss, Kurt Pilon. Come back live along with a man that's won 12 PBA titles, Randy Peterson. Since we've been gone, the Chief has picked up another 23 pins.
Brian-Himmler looks like he's finding a pretty good strike line. Double 9 spare double.
Max score for Steve is 212 and for Brian 248 if they were to
strike out. He's definitely finding it out, Jim. The middle of the lane is tamed down. Brian's getting his ball pushed to the right, And because of the revolutions in the hand that he has, he's getting the ball to flip back.
Just like his idol, Mark Roth. He grew up watching Mark every Saturday morning on TV. Kind of patterned himself after him.
Mark was definitely Steve's inspiration. And right now, Steve needs to keep striking.
Steve's wife, Sherry, their 2.5-year-old daughter, Sarah, is also here. She was a little sleepy earlier when Sherry was holding her, but she's chewing the gum pretty good now, little Sarah is, isn't she?
Well, Dad's bowling. She's wide awake and watching, rooting for her daddy.
Steve spent the day with his family, his daughter.
Oh, how about that little love tap? Late 10. Watch this. This ball almost looking for the channel. Rips back. Looks like the 10 pin's going to stand, and then just gets a little bump. Steve's like, come on, hook. Yes.
He put a little stuff in his hair for TV tonight. It didn't look like that last night.
He wants to look good for the crowd at home. Come on.
The winner of this match will sit down and wait a while, which is also part of the new format.
Much different. That ball drifting high for Brian-Himmler. Avoids the big split. He did chop this spare in the first frame. Right now what he needs to do is fill frames. Spares and strikes with good count.
Now he's a pretty solid guy, but what size bowling ball would he have used when he started bowling at age 3?
Probably 2 hands with a 6-pounder.
Maybe a tennis ball. So the Chief converts. How did he get here? We mentioned that the wild card is the loser of the round of 8, but has the best match play record.
Brian, obviously, as you can see, won the most matches, and he had the highest winning percentage. That's why he's in. You know, he won the most games, and you know, Brian last night also told us, Jim, that he felt he deserved to be here. Felt he bowled well enough all week. Very good in qualifying. Won a lot of matches. Right now, he's got the lead.
And Wildcards have made it to #1. Remember the Oakland Raiders back in 1980. Knocked off the Eagles in the Super Bowl in New Orleans. So Wildcard Brian-Himmler. And if he continues at this pace, we'll meet Paul Koehler a little bit later on tonight.
Right now, Himmler needs to just keep it behind the foul line. 7 pins, he's a winner.
See how tightly pursed those lips were?
Whoa, you see the action of that head pin? There's your winner, folks, Brian-Himmler.
He will meet Paul Koehler live here from this 2001 PBA Peoria Open. We roll on next week. We'll be in Nashville. Maybe the Chief will be in again. The winner of the wild card, he advances. The pros approach.